Hey everybody, and welcome to AJS News. This is the first of 2 videos we have this week.
But first, a word from our sponsors. Our sponsors are Displate. Now, I just got in the Cyberpunk 2077 Angry Joe Show ones, but I ordered them with the special border. And I've never gotten a Displate with a border before, so this is going to be cool because I can show you, do you like the border? Is the border awesome? And after actually receiving that, I really, really like the border. Let's see, Joe, can you get a close-up of that border and the texture on that? It's really, really nice. Check this out, Joe. And then there's a second style here. Okay, that's the other border style. Nice. A little more cleanish. I kind of am more of a fan of like the traditional style sense. So that is the posters with the border, if you wanted to see what that looks like. And I'd like to announce that we're going to do another community-run contest.
I love these.
I know. We have some amazing freaking artists, and we want to ensure that you guys have some time. I thought it would be cool. Me and Joe, we were into the Japanese art style, the sort of paint color kind of stuff, and what we've seen from Ghost of Tsushima is so awesome. We were thinking, well, if we got a Cyberpunk one, let's do a Ghost of Tsushima one.
I could be a ninja because I'm amazing at stealth, as you guys know.
Terrible at stealth, but it's funny to make other Joe the ninja, and I could be the samurai. So I'm going to put some pictures over here. Me and Joe have been kind of looking at some pictures to give you guys ideas of what it'll be. Me and Joe back to back as supporting each other. Me in samurai armor and Joe in ninja armor, if you guys could draw that. Yeah. Or if you want us fighting, because, several of the screens of Ghost of Tsushima kind of look like they're about to face off. Maybe other Joe can be that ninja, and I can be the samurai, and we're coming after each other.
And I win.
So let's. I don't think so. Don't you draw Joe winning. Make it dramatic to where it's like anybody could win at that moment, because everybody's gonna make Joe win. This Joe. Anyways, a little bit of a background. So we'll run a contest. The winner will give $300. And of course, the poster. We'll send the poster to you if you're in a country where the poster can go, and I'm pretty sure you are. If not, we can talk about that on PayPal. But guys, thank y'all so much. We'd like to do another community contest. This one, Angry Joe Show, Ghost of Tsushima. Yes. Samurai and Ninja, or Samurai versus Ninja. It's up to you. Angry Joe, other Joe. You can submit them to the email address down below, and we'll go through those. What's the deadline? It would be awesome if we can get this out for our review, right? So Ghost of Tsushima comes out the 17th. But it's going to take us a little while to play it. We didn't get a review copy, so it's not going to come out right then. So maybe we can give you an additional week, I think, would be good.
Like at the end of the month, basically. So,
so the 24th. So if you guys can have it all in by the 23rd. July 23rd is for the artist contest. The AJSA Ghost of Tsushima Tsushima
I always fuck it up.
Displate, and then we can put it up on there, and then I can get one with the black picture frame border, because I think that looks really nice.
It does.
I think I'm going to get all my Displates like that from now on. I just like the way it looks. So anyways, guys, thank you all so much for supporting the show, and thank you for participating in this contest. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Thank y'all. Let's get straight to the news, because there is a lot of news. A lot of news that pissed me the fuck off.
All right, we'll start with something good. Everyone lost their mind over Crash Bandicoot 4 because they thought it was going to be filled with microtransactions.
I tweeted about that. Joe put that here. I'm like, this does not
It doesn't make sense, no.
No. Well, the developer's like, there is none. Don't worry about it. So it's a really good thing. Crash Bandicoot 4 will have no microtransactions, and we got a little bit more information about there. There's going to be over 100 levels. So the first couple Crash Bandicoots had like 26, 27. 32. So this one looks like it could be. We don't know how long the levels are, but it could be a massive, massive game, which explains the price point. I think this is going to make people happy. If you're looking for a Crash Bandicoot game, then there's all around good news for you.
As long as they don't try to throw something in there, like
Yeah,
a surprise.
eventually.
Well, I mean,
Surprise.
having a number of levels is not always equal to, having a massive game, because it could just be including challenges into the mix. It could have separate challenges. Like Unraveled, how they have separate little levels.
Yeah.
The
and
time
challenges
trials
in
and
that.
different stuff like that.
Yeah, they definitely could be. They could be shorter, but the previous ones had some of the shorter levels too. So everyone's kind of we're
It was
hoping
originally Xbox leaked that there would be microtransactions, and then what was it? Bad Robot or Bad Robot's the movie company.
It's a movie, yeah.
What is the company that makes it?
It.
Well, on the tweet here, it says that that was just basically some of the skins, and then people were going to get the skin.
Toys for Bob?
Toys for Bob, yeah, something like that. And so we actually get good news out of it. And, of course, a few people were like, can't believe you believe this shit, Joe. And they're lying. I'm like, no, when a company comes out specifically saying, hey, there's these aren't microtransactions, they're just like, we have to put that in there to get certified because we have a few skins that we were going to give to people. Because
Read
they wouldn't
my
be that
lips.
stupid.
No new taxes.
Right? They wouldn't be that stupid to do it afterwards, right? Am I right?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't
Can
know.
somebody back me up?
Right.
Okay, right.
Right.
We'll take the fall
Right.
together.
Right.
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 All right. So
I
the
swear to God, if you drag me down with you, I'm gonna kick you in the throat.
all right. Well, Matt, into other interesting news. Hey, you remember when Amazon, one of the largest companies ever, made a real big
Love them,
real
yes.
big video game that they were hoping takes the world by storm, and Crucible came out,
Crucible.
and everyone was playing it. That game came out a couple weeks ago. and
I forgot about
What?
it, honestly.
so
What is Crucible?
Crucible was their Valorant style game where it was like a shooter, and it came out a couple weeks ago.
Layman talked about it.
Yeah, and didn't do so well. At launch, they had 25,000 concurrent players, which was kind of cool, right? 25,000 is not bad. I mean, that's not very good for Amazon and this style of game. But after a couple,
There's no marketing for it. I didn't see
No.
a single fucking trailer. I didn't see a single fucking tweet. I kind of want to play it before it gets unreleased.
well, too late.
Oh,
So
what?
It went down from 25,000 players to just a couple hundred players were playing it at one period of time. And so Amazon is taking it away from being released, and it's now back in closed beta. So they're going to work on some stuff, hopefully in the marketing
So it will be
department.
re-released again
Eventually, yes.
Yeah, because I didn't hear
Shit.
anything about this game unless somebody in our streams like, hey, you guys should check out this game, Crucible. It's like, do you work for
Somebody
Amazon?
actually
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
you work for Amazon, don't
It's like,
you?
do you work for Amazon? It's like, yeah.
I mean, it's so
Check this
silly.
out.
I'm pretty sure they work for Amazon.
Well, they own Twitch. They own Twitch.
Or one
Put
of
it all
the
over Twitch.
developers was promoting the game because Amazon wouldn't do it for him.
Yeah, because
I've heard of New Worlds.
Yeah.
I played the closed beta of New Worlds. I'm excited for that to come out,
Looks
and
cool.
I'm looking forward to it. But Crucible, I had no idea about it until Layman Gaming talked about it.
If only they had money. Where
I
can
know,
they
right?
find the money in this little company?
What are they
to-
gonna
It just
Ew.
seemed like they pushed it out too early, like Layman said, where it's like the pandemic happened. They thought people were at home. It would be great to launch now. Push it out too early. Did no marketing for it, and it went,
Yeah,
So
nothing happened. So when it re-releases and it comes out of beta again,
we'll try to give it a shot.
maybe.
Somebody remind us on Twitch. Go follow our Twitch, twitch.tv
they'll tell us.
/Angry Joe Show.
yeah, they will. They will definitely tell us.
Including the developers.
All right, Crysis. Did you guys see the leaked Crysis trailer? Didn't look good. People were a little upset because
What happened?
it looked bad. Crysis is
Poo-poo.
supposed to be this, like the most beautiful thing that I'd ever seen in PC gaming for the longest time.
Remastered is what you're
Yeah, the
saying?
remastered.
So the remastered looks like poo-poo.
Yeah, and so the
Right.
trailer was leaked, and then Crytek came out and said, "Well, we're going to delay it now. We've heard your feedback. We realize that it kind of looks like crap. Of course, it's also being made for the Switch. The Switch is, it's a toaster with a screen on it,
Yeah.
so it doesn't run things
knock
very
Mike.
well. Look, I love the
Don't
Switch.
knock it.
I love it, but it's not
That's
a
never
very
gonna
powerful
happen.
It's not,
machine
it's
to
not.
run Crysis.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. The way people Envision Crysis.
Yeah, and so they want that game to look the way that you expect it to, and so they're going to go back to the drawing board, touch things up a little bit, and then hopefully we'll see what happens. But of course, all of the internet is so creative and clever, so even Crysis can't run Crysis, like those type of means. So we'll see what ends up happening and how long it's going to be delayed for. But if you were looking to play Crysis on Switch, I don't know why you would, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, you would expect some performance to kind of die down on that.
Just toned down to the point where
I'm wondering where he put the one story. I'm just anticipating this one story, Joe.
Okay, well, there's a couple.
Yeah.
The good ones are for the end.
Video or in the
There's two, both videos. There's a good one in both videos. All right. Second to the last thing I want to talk about in this video is The Last of Us 2. In case you were wondering our opinion on it, we have 2 videos up, right?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And
Check
so
it out.
we got a review up. We've got the full discussion review.
Extended discussion. We have a few bits that we left out of the review. We go more into depth about the stuff surrounding the video. I highly recommend you check it out because apparently GameSpot editors can't bother to watch it before calling me either sexist or misogynist.
Yeah, I was like, what video did he watch? I was like, we didn't
have
say
no
anything
idea.
like that.
Makes me question whether they even review their games, whether they even play the games they write on.
They need to review their own editors.
Yeah, review your editors.
That's not true. But
Yeah.
Oh
okay.
my God!
But
that was a whole thing. Just forget about it. Just some ignorant idiot.
But so that's the kind of thing I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of things going on about this game because the game has incited people on both sides.
Sure.
If you like the game, you're a blank. If you don't like the game, you're a blank. And then it comes back and forth.
Misogynistic,
or some of the horrible things that people are calling each other. And it's like it become this whole tribalism thing. And even the voice actors are being impacted. Troy Baker's going out and being kind of dumb. It's just tweeting really dumb things.
Yeah, he was tweeting the president. Woodrow Wilson?
No, Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt's quote about how critics don't create anything on their own.
Yeah, it's a 400-word thing. And so Jason Schreier had posted something like video
He's
games
basically trying to deflect the criticism.
Yeah.
He's saying you need to like the game because that's the way the writer envisioned it. And since you're a critic, you really have no idea what it's like to create art.
Yeah.
So you have no right to comment on art.
But in our discussion, we had plenty of ideas to fix
Exactly.
it.
Not only that, Joe, but all 3 of us have created art. We were working on our board game. Yeah. That's a game of some kind.
We make
if
movies with us wearing wigs.
Yeah.
So that's art.
Art.
How dare you not call
our
FIFA
parodies
art?
are not art. Let's not go that. Are they comparable to Schindler's List? Are they as good
as long as you say not as good,
Citizen
and in
Kane?
the same league,
then
yes.
We're in the same league.
Yes.
So in our Predator review, we use some of the filming tactics in Citizens Kane, where you're really low, you're pretty much lying on the floor, digging a hole, looking up to it, So
then I
Predator
the
hunting grounds,
my neck.
like Schindler, is like Citizens Kane.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Anyway, back
right.
Sorry. So Troy Baker's losing his mind. People are so nuts and upset about the game that some of the voice actors are getting death threats.
Yeah,
it's absolutely terrible.
That's not cool.
That's not cool.
We continue to see this happen. It happens in Star Wars. It happened in Star Wars in the 90s, right? So Jar Jar Binks and even the actor that played Anakin. And it happens all throughout when people are passionate about things. And it's just a minefield. So The Last of Us 2 has just kind of turned into this huge minefield.
It has.
Well, that's what happens when you create something divisive, and you know it's going to be divisive. I mean, Neil Druckmann knew that this would divide fans, and
the
so
playtesters told them as much.
I'm not sure if Neil or Naughty Dog knows that there are shitty gamers out there and like just disgusting underbelly of the internet people who would send death threats over.
Yeah.
And they should be, because it's just the way the internet operates, and it's never okay to send somebody a death threat. And if you do that, like I said on Twitter, you are a piece of shit. And I'll just end there because I did say small PP energy, and I said you have a micro dick. And then I think it was Ranton was like, oh yeah, I have no idea what that's like. Ranton, you're the best. No, but so I apologize to all small peepees. Just don't be doing that kind of stupid stuff.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. And over a video game, you're gonna say the most disgusting shit towards somebody who actually did a great fucking job. A lot of people that worked on that game, they all did a great freaking
Everyone
job.
but two.
The writers, and it could be some project managers along the way that don't push back enough or whatever.
Yeah.
But the individual actors, the individual animators, the writers, like this game, like we said, is a 10 out of 10 in certain aspects. You know, graphics, animations, and things like that. But you really can't control people. It's you know, you can't be like, stop sending death threats, and then somebody's probably just gonna send a death threat just
10
because
more.
you,
Yeah.
10, you know.
I'll get him.
It's a fucking
You told
disgusting.
me no. That means yes.
The disgusting underbelly of the internet, but you know, it's crazy, man. I think people are fucking pent up with just stuck inside, and what's going on in the world. And 2020 just feels like a garbage fire.
It is.
That now we're having to deal
Just wanna
with
fast
people
forward.
being really shitty and just disgusting to each other over a video game.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so we got a lot of that over this last week, and I imagine it's not going to go anywhere. We're going to talk about it for probably a little while.
I
until
think
the
it
next
will die down.
Until the
and
next
it
big
will-
game comes out. We could probably
You know
have,
what?
2 weeks.
I think it will die down. I think that The Last of Us 3 will still happen, and they'll get even more sales than the Part 2, I think. That's what I think. So ultimately, Neil, and ultimately Naughty Dog, you're going to benefit. Yes, you know, some people may have received death threats, and you got to take those serious, maybe forward it to the FBI.
Yeah, for sure.
Or, you know, and just, you know, block idiots, because I use the block button all the fucking time. There used to be a point where I didn't want to block anybody, but no, Twitter is a piece of shit. You need to just use the block button.
My only
liberally.
exposure to Twitter
You don't have
is
a
when
motherfucking-
I research stuff for here, and I'm like,
you
this
do have a
sucks.
secret Twitter, but
I've
nobody
never
knows
I've never
about it.
tweeted
I
or
do.
used it, but it's like sometimes they make you like log in or something, and so it's like, I want to read this tweet,
Yeah.
and then
it
I go, I
makes me-
didn't want to read this tweet. I need to get off this fucking platform.
Yes, you need to
You
get
are
off the
goddamn
platform. It's-
sewer people.
All this has made me realize is that Twitter sucks. And honestly, if I didn't have a show, I would leave fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
So-
just, that's why Jeremy Johns isn't on there for that same reason. We've talked about it before. I'm like, get a Twitter. It's like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
So I'm like, are you crazy? But now I see he was right.
Yeah, he's
Big brain to move.
Yeah. All right, now for the big one. You ready for the big one? Okay, so NBA 2K21. We're getting a price hike.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You need the price hike for all that sweat. Have you seen the sweat on those
are some
guys?
sweaty boys.
The graphics is pretty fucking amazing. It's like you see the droplets.
Joe, you want to make me bet $10 more? Joe should have just left like that off
Yeah.
this. Joe, $10, $10 more for the same fucking game. Just slightly increased graphics and a few more droplets of sweat, and you're gonna tell me that's $10 more when they already have a $100 digital edition. They already have the fucking limited editions, and then the goddamn microtransactions,
The casino.
Ultimate Team garbage, my 2K credits or whatever the fucking thing is called. They do not
Virtual
need
currency.
virtual currency. You even know the name,
Yeah,
Joe.
because
He plays
I
it.
played
Don't you-
it. I
Don't
played
you
it.
buy?
You played it.
Well, did you not see
Yes,
it? You
yeah.
can see the reflection on the TV.
I don't
Well, he didn't play that version. That version's not out yet. And they released a statement. Do you have the statement
But
from
Joe,
them?
it's built from the ground up for
No,
next generation
it's not!
consoles. It
It
says
is absolutely
It says-
not. The first gen console that comes out uses the architecture and the game structure from last year's game, which was on the previous one, and then they upgrade the graphics. There's no fucking way that it's a completely new and different game on a new engine using all new animations, using all new this and that. Maybe in that case. No, not even then, because there's the standard editions and the DLC and the fucking mic.
built from the ground up. It says right there. It says right there.
Yeah, and you know what? In their
I don't
statement,
believe it there either.
In their statement, it's like value, blah blah blah, value,
There's no
blah
value.
blah blah.
Come
blah,
to the
blah,
casino.
Value,
Yeah,
value. Jim Sterling pointed this out. They just in their statement, it is so wrong. They say basically we deserve $10 more. And you do not. You absolutely do not. You've proven time and time again that you make more money from the microtransactions, from the busting the card packs, that you're willing to offer the game for free.
Yeah.
You're willing to offer the game for $5 for discounts because that upfront sale means nothing to them because they make so much more money off the back end. This is a freemium game being charged a premium price that they know they don't even need to charge the premium price anymore. And it's so fucked up that they use this game of all games to do it, that you can't even justify it. That maybe if it was like Final Fantasy VII, right? And they gave us the whole game, right? And it came in motherfucking 4 discs, then yes. Okay, yes, $70, maybe even $80 if you get it all to us at once. But not motherfucking NBA 2K of all games with all the shitty microtransactions still in this. This is turning into an angry rant. This is supposed to be an angry Joe News show. I don't know what to do. I'll make a separate video.
Best for last.
So, for me, as someone who refuses to play this game, it's like, oh, hey, look, the cost of shit sandwiches went up. It doesn't impact my life.
It does
at
impact your life, you dumb mother. Don't you realize that they're doing this to test the waters, Alex? You know this to be true.
I do, but
and
that's
other
right,
publishers are now going to be like,
They've been doing
okay,
that for
does
years,
that
though.
sell? No, yes, you're right. You have been doing it for years, but did you notice when they asked him, hey, are your other games on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 going to be $70 as well? They do this cagey statement where it's like, well, you know, value and we feel this and that. Yeah. And so other companies are literally sitting there salivating. Because they all want to go to $70.
Well, they're going to go higher than that. They can go
no,
more than that.
Please don't.
So, like, the reason
they're already higher.
The price of games has been $60 since PlayStation 3, right? $60. It's what PlayStation 3 games cost. With inflation, that's $76. So games are actually cheaper per inflation than PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 games were way overcosted, so that doesn't matter. For So $70 even from the time of PlayStation 4 was released is only a $4 increase, right, based on inflation. Now, according to PlayStation and Xbox, the price to develop games has gone up 4 to 5 times. This is one of those things where it's just like, I thought we were going to get fucked in the ass a lot.
They already
and we already
did.
Now it turns out we're only getting fucked in the ass a little
they
bit.
already did the billions and billions of dollars that are generated through the freemium tactics, through the loot boxes.
That's only 2K.
Through the season passes, No, that's every fucking game that gets released now, man. Don't you see the different collector's editions and things like that? They've already made that money up. What we have here at the end of this year is smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. It's just another way for them to potentially rip us off another $10 up front in a goddamn freemium economy, especially in this particular case, the NBA 2K. That's
a terrible one,
fuck you, 2K
guys, don't
games,
buy it,
to think that you can get away with
don't
that.
Buy it.
And
tell your friends.
And okay, you know what? Maybe I don't want to say fuck you too early. We can potentially review it. We can potentially look at it and see, is it in fact built from the ground up? As they said. You said it, right? Was it written? Built from the ground up.
Quote.
That's what it said.
And see if that's true, and see if it does provide $10 more of value in its
I don't think it does.
graphics.
They're
I
not
don't think
gonna
it
do
does.
much except for maybe touch.
You've seen the Madden engine. It's the exact same fucking thing. Now, that's obviously a different company, but if they see that their peers aren't doing it, why would they do it in the next year?
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's all bullshit, and this is a tactic and a ploy by 2K Games, and we have to make it not work. Do not buy 2K, what is it, 21? 21. Yeah. Do not buy NBA 2K 21 on the Xbox Series X. Even more fucked up that you haven't said yet, it's probably listed in your notes here, but they are not giving you free upgrades. You know how Cyberpunk, a game that's $60 that could probably charge $100 for how much content it is in it, and they don't fucking gouge people with fucking loot boxes and microtransactions and ultimate team. Hey, you want to put together your ultimate hacker team? You know, they don't do all that stuff in the single player experience that they're about to put out in this RPG world, and they're going to give you a free upgrade. And you're telling me that 2K owned by the same companies that own Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar and makes ridiculous amounts of millions and millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars and billions at this point, cannot give you a free upgrade if you buy the NBA 2K1 on that. You have you have to actually buy the
people that are buying it.
You actually have to buy the $100 version.
Consumers are dumber.
The $100 version.
When your consumers are dumber, you can take it in. I mean, see, if you are buying 2K and buying the packs over and over again, yeah, I'm calling you dumb, and you should feel
Sports
dumb.
gamers, you dumb.
Yeah. Contact me on Twitter at Angry Joe Show.
That's where you can reach me. That's not his Twitter. Yeah. I don't know his Twitter. Otherwise, I'll fucking tell you. Anyway.
So the thing is, like, you need to prepare yourself because beyond all of this 2K garbage. The last thing I want to talk about is game prices are going up. They haven't gone up since 2005.
That doesn't mean that they need to go up.
They do need to go up.
No, they don't.
So the reason that they need to go up and the reason that all these game companies
they
and all
have
of
already gone up is what I'm saying.
Well, but that not for 2K games, sure. For EA games, sure. But there's a lot of people, Rockstar, that just made a game that charge you $60.
And what did they do? They created a whole multiplayer mode that makes more money than their single-player game could have ever have hoped to have made.
For what?
The Grand Theft Auto Online, Red Dead Redemption Online.
Well, those Naughty Dog. I'm sorry, The Last of Us 2. So Naughty Dog just made a game for $60 that cost them 5 times more than it made to make the first one. So they said 5. This one says 200 to 300% more. So they're making significantly less money because the development costs are going up. So you guys need to brace yourself. Like we are going to get a game cost increase. It costs more to develop these games. They're getting charged more licensing fees for the properties that they do own. NBA and the NFL are getting more of a cut for these.
Good. Stop that. Stop the monopoly and create competition. And now even smaller, more indie devs can get that.
Yeah.
They need to lower their prices, create more competition, and then it will be better.
Yeah.
I disagree. Now, you think it's incoming, and that you're probably right with the inevitability of it.
Game prices haven't increased in 15 years.
That does not prove that they need to increase because you're 100% ignoring the fact that they have increased through other means, through other methods, and that they've created billions and billions, new millions and billions of dollars in new revenue. The video games industry is far away beyond the most money-making industry, more than movies, more than this and that and all these other buckets that I can't remember right now because I'm fucking angry.
So if you want to continue on that path, then we're going to get microtransactions and all that shit in all of the games instead of
they're going to do it anyway is the point, Alex. If you increase it 6 to 70, you're still going to have all those. It's not like they're going to be like, okay, let's go 70, and you know what? I'll take away all those other things. We're not doing those
Last
no
of
more.
Us 2,
If they did, yes, I'm in.
I'm in. We didn't get any of that shit in Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima.
I'm fucking in. If they agree, no season pass. If they agree, everything is bundled in there, no loot boxes, no microtransactions, I'm down. But that ain't never ever happening.
But so you're trying to apply a rule to the entire industry, and the entire industry doesn't exist in that way. The video game industry, so EA is not what Naughty Dog does.
That's the beauty of capitalism. If a company goes out of business because they're charging too much for the game, then other companies will come in swoop and take their customers and charge fewer amounts and lower their development costs. Use smaller teams. Don't blow a budget so much with these massive AAA. Maybe we need to go from AAA to AA, and people utilize their resources more smartly. Just because, Transformers, it costs a lot to fucking make, doesn't make it a better film than, say, Terminator 2, where they use their resources smartly. The budgets there were smarter. Yes, there's inflation, but it's still smaller budgets than we're seeing in super Hollywood blockbusters now. So I'm saying you think it's inevitable. I'm saying it probably is, but I don't think it's right. I think we should push against it, and I'm not for it. That's all there is to it.
I just don't think you can battle crunch and inflation and have video games be $60.
You can battle crunch and inflation by changing the types of games that you make. Maybe there are no more AAA, The Last of Us 2 type games, or they utilize their resources smarter. But that's, that's a debate that we can go in circles around.
So basically, the moral of the story is: do not buy Madden this year. Or
do not
2K.
buy 2K, NBA 2K21.
That's a shittier system
or Madden.
too. Because if you want to upgrade your character, you have to buy VC points. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Stop it,
and
AJ. Stop
you
playing
know,
those games.
didn't.
Oh, we played. I saw you.
No, they give you
It's
VC
free.
points, but that's just.
It's so slow.
What do you
though.
call it? You're
rather-
right. It's what do you call it? Drug users and stuff.
Yeah,
they
you're like,
give
oh,
them a little
$99.
taster.
First one's free.
Right. The first one's free, and then that's how they hook you, and then they make it. They're already making billions
They
of
are.
additional dollars. Don't support this kind of stuff, especially not with the NBA 2K21. What Alex is saying is when we get a game like that, like say a Cyberpunk, and they can justify it, and they can do this and that, and free upgrades here and there, maybe we can have that discussion on a case-by-case basis.
Yes.
But when
This
you start
is
letting
not-
that happen, I guarantee you that fucking dam is going to break, and it's all going to go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to fight microtransactions, you have to support people that are not putting microtransactions in games.
Yeah.
And the only way you
Support-
can do that is allowing them to charge more than they're charging now, because they cannot make games. More companies cannot make games like Cyberpunk for $60. Most game companies can't. They can do it with Witcher 3 money, but most game companies can't afford to do it. So
Well,
we
it's a sad one to finish up on.
yeah. Well, there's another video, so if you want to get that taste out of your mouth, there's one more. So make sure you check that one out.
And please submit your designs to the
Yes.
AJSA community poster contest for Ghost of Tsushima. We would love to see you draw me as a samurai and other Joe as a ninja, whether we're together back to back,
Ninja.
taking on the
Ninja
world.
Rap.
Or taking on the Mongols, I think, and are invading the island, or whether we're fighting each other in that kind of cool little Western showdown. It would be awesome to see our community artists do that, and we'll select a winner in approximately 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it should be cool, guys. All right, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and God damn it, you're right. That's a tough one to end
Don't worry.
on. But
Watch
hey,
the next
we're
one.
gonna see. We're gonna
cheer
see.
you
Are
up.
all of them gonna be $70, or is it just motherfucking NBA 2K1
should be
where we
buying
decide
the
not to buy it, don't buy it, and they're like, oh shit, it's not selling. Okay, the rest of them 60. Let's go 60. We were just joking. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I can make his eyes go, be surprised and be sad. Surprised.
Did you hear the news?